And now back to our breaking news coverage of that gruesome attack in Boulder, Colorado. Local police have just released the suspect's mugshot. He allegedly used incendiary weapons to attack peaceful demonstrators who were marching on behalf of the Israeli hostages in Gaza. Boulder police say none of the 8 victims have died. Colorado Attorney General Philip Weiser is joining us now. Attorney General, we appreciate you joining us. Our hearts go out to the entire Colorado community, especially those in Boulder and the Jewish community in your state. What is the status of this investigation right now? And can you provide some clarity on the potential charges here?
Anna, this is a complex case, obviously, with 8 people who currently have been injured, 1 who's in critical condition. The situation could involve both federal and state charges, and that's something that the Department of Justice and the Boulder District Attorney Michael Daugherty are going to need to work out. Our Boulder DA's office has been through a very complex and high-profile prosecution involving a mass shooting at a King Soopers here in Boulder. That is not too far from where this attack happened. This has every single hallmark of being a hate crime. How that will get held up either in the federal or the state cases remains to be seen. There are enhanced penalties, not just for hate crimes, but for attacking older Coloradans. Most of the individuals were older. This was a peaceful march done every single week by the Jewish community, calling out the injustices of the hostages. And they were attacked because of who they are, because they're Jews, and on the eve of a Jewish holiday. It is heart-wrenching for all of us in Colorado, obviously very close to home for you as well, Anna.
Yeah, I keep on coming back to just having been so many times on Pearl Street Mall and just never, ever envisioning something so horrific happening there. And I'm sure anybody could say the same in their own hometowns when an attack or tragedy happens. But we just reported out that Boulder police have said no victims have died, thankfully, although we do know that there have been charges prepared should that happen, murder charges. Can you tell us sort of the state of some of these victims, just how bad of a shape they might be in?
It varies. It has been acknowledged by many that one victim who's in critical condition is getting treatment now, and our prayers are with the families of everyone who's there who's affected. Some, the burns were more mild, and obviously in between, depending on how people were affected. The scenes are gruesome, as people who've seen these pictures know. This is a very cruel, obviously premeditated attack with the goal of harming, even killing people. It is repulsive. It's got to be condemned. There's no possible justification for this. We know anti-Semitism is on the rise. Even before October 7th, hate crimes against Jews were far more against hate crimes against any other religious community. America is a nation where there's a promise of no bigotry. George Washington famously wrote a letter to a Rhode Island synagogue, quoting from the book of Micah, saying this is a land where everyone should sit safely under their own vine and fig tree. That was breached, that promise. It's one that we're going to have to think hard about how we protect religious communities, including Jews. How do we make sure to honor a commitment that here in America, we don't allow violence. We resolve our differences through the democratic process.
What more can you tell us about this 45-year-old suspect? We have heard from Homeland Security that he had an expired visa, but a pending asylum claim. Was he on law enforcement's radar at all?
Those details are going to be forthcoming as we learn more. Obviously, now we've know more some specifics, but there's more we're going to learn. Any such situation like this, we've got to ask, what can we learn? What can we do differently? One important point I would say is, if you hear someone talking about such a possible attack, we have to take it seriously. We have to take the commitment to protect vulnerable communities seriously. There's Homeland Security money that's actually now being threatened of being taken away from Colorado. We're in court to protect it so that our synagogues, our mosques, other places of worship can be protected from attacks. This sort of attack is one that we need to figure out how we do all we can to prevent. We can't allow people to be terrorized. We can't allow fear to win.
This happened in a busy pedestrian area near the courthouse there in Boulder. It was a group that holds this peaceful hostage demonstration weekly, as you described. So what was the security presence like? Should there have been more precautions?
We're going to have to think hard about what we need to keep doing, how we keep people safe. We can't stop peaceful marches because we're afraid. We can't have religious communities afraid to say who they are. I'm proud of my Jewish heritage. The people who are there, some friends of mine were there, they feel the same way, and we need to protect that. Boulder law enforcement is taking this crime very seriously. We need to take seriously all we can do for security. This Pearl Street Mall, as you've talked about, this is an open area that people go, and we need to preserve that. And we need to preserve our commitment to keeping everyone safe. That's something that I, as Attorney General, that's something the Boulder DA, Boulder law enforcement are committed to. Any lessons we can learn from this, we're going to take those, and we're going to do all we can to make sure something like this never happens again.
I know this is personal for you, and you talked about the rising numbers of hate crimes or anti-Semitic crimes, or if this could be a terrorist crime in the U.S. We do know, according to FBI statistics, that these types of crimes have risen for 4 straight years, hitting a new modern high. Your grandparents survived the Holocaust. Your mother was born in a concentration camp. What do you make of this recent rise in anti-Semitism in America?
It's hard to take. My grandmother, my grandfather, and my mom came here believing the promise I mentioned that George Washington said, this is a land where bigotry has no sanction. America is a land for freedom for everyone, for opportunity for everyone, no matter who you are, no matter who you worship, whether you worship, who you love. I take those values very, very seriously. That's what's propelled me into public service my whole life. That is something that I hold on to. And there was a Holocaust survivor there in this march who was attacked. And we have to look evil, look the outrageous acts in the eye and say, never again. That's what we say after the Holocaust, never again. October 7th is another horrendous date where we saw Hamas trying to just kill as many Jews, rape as many Jews as possible. We cannot allow such actions to be normalized, to become something that we're remotely accepting. And this is something that all of us as Americans, all of us as people of conscience have to hold on to. It is too easy for people to sometimes look away or not bear witness to the evil and to the atrocities like this. I will say I'm very heartened by how much condemnation we've been hearing from all quarters, how much support for the Jewish community. That's what we need in America. We all stand together and we treat hate crimes like this one hate against all groups. We've seen actions against the LGBTQ community in Colorado. We've seen actions against the Black community. These sorts of hate crimes have to be condemned in the strongest terms. We have to hold these perpetrators accountable and have to make clear what type of America we believe in.
Colorado Attorney General Philip Weiser, thank you for being with us. We really appreciate your time, especially as you're in the heat of this ongoing crisis and emergency there in the state. Thank you.